another reading vlog. It's hot out there. I thought it'd be fun to do a little weekly reading vlog as far as how much I read during the week. I work full time and I enjoy reading, so realistically, how much do I read in a week? We're gonna find out. I've never really actually done the stats myself, like number of pages. I just did 15-minute walk around, and honestly I think I only read 10 pages, so not that great. It's kind of distracting when you're walking a little bit, but you know, at least I'm getting the pages in. What I use when I walk around is I read Zodiac Academy. I'm on book 5, and honestly there's just a lot of filler going on, so that's why I haven't been reading it religiously like I read books 1, 2, and 3. So I just use it when I'm on my walks because I like to do something versus just, you know, staring at stuff, zoning out. Kind of makes the walk go by quicker, so that's been good. But I am going to start a new book shortly, probably later today. I'm trying to decide between 2, so we'll see which one I end up with. It's almost midday, and yes, I'm still in my jammies, just feeling the cozy vibes right now, but I do need to get changed and go for a walk. But before I do that, I wanted to talk about the love of my afterlife. I started this yesterday. I got almost 50 pages in. I basically know the main plot that we're going to be experiencing. All right, so the story follows Delphi, who right at the beginning of the book, she chokes on a hamburger and dies. And you're brought into the afterlife where she's being introduced to like an afterlife therapist who's kind of giving her the lay of the land of what the afterlife is and what she does. So naturally Delphi's like freaking out. She's like, what the hell's going on? Where am I? And so she tries to like run away because she thinks it's kind of like a dream thing. She bumps into someone, a gentleman, and they have this like connection. Come to find out, the gentleman was not supposed to be in the afterlife. So Merritt, the afterlife therapist, is like, oh, this was a mistake, see you later, and he goes back down to earth. So now Delphi is faced with this moment like, this could be my soulmate, and Merritt is big on romance novels, so she is like, all right, you can go back to earth and try to find him, but if you don't, you're coming back to the afterlife. So that's where I'm at in the book. I'm definitely enjoying it so far. Delphi has more, I'm sure we're going to see a lot more character development from her because she does have a very strained relationship with family, and she's kind of a loner, trying to like figure things out still in life. So it's going good so far. I'm excited to continue reading it, and I'm hoping to get more in it today. Okay, so I will say the one thing about this book, I don't know if it's something this author does often. I've never read one of her books before, but there's a lot of references to things in our real world, and I don't know if I really like that. Like, I'm trying to find something here. So here's one. I switch the TV back onto Netflix and turn on The Tinder Swindler. Like if Timothy Chalamet had an extremely tall, extremely brood asshole of an older brother. Like Lori and Jack and Josie Silver's One Day in December. There's just a lot of real world things going on that I don't know how I feel. Those are just a few, but it's been done enough that it's caught my attention, and I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of like reading books as an escape to not have things in our world show up in books, but I don't know. You let me know. Are you guys a fan of that? Okay, the weekend has passed. I finished The Love of My Afterlife. What do I feel? How am I feeling? I will say towards the end, I skimmed 4 of the chapters because it was getting a little long. I did guess a few of the plot's twists, we'll say. So I think that's what was kind of checking me out. I kind of knew where the book was going. I did find it a little hard to resonate with the lead character. And my other thing, I don't know much about this author. She used a lot of references to other authors and their books to describe her characters, which was kind of annoying me, I'm gonna be honest. And it's crazy because the reviews on this are really high. There's a lot of 4 and 5-star reviews. I didn't get that feeling from it. Yeah, I'm just very torn because I like the idea of it, but the execution I just was not really a fan of. Yeah, I don't know. As I was reading it, just things really felt off for me. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer because I was really looking forward to this book. And it took me a lot longer to read than it probably should have because it is not that thick. And I feel like it was just dragging. Like I almost felt it was a chore to finish it, you know? And you don't want that from a book. So I am glad I'm done with it. I'm glad I didn't buy it because I was debating heavily prior to getting it at the library if I should buy it or not. So I'm glad I didn't waste my money on it. Okay, so with that out of the way, a new week, I'm going to start a new book. My library actually had a section of blind date with a book, so I picked one up. And it's a YA fantasy thriller. It says it's a sizzling, imaginative thriller where romance and revolution collide. Sounds very interesting, so I think I'm going to read this next, and I want to open it with you guys. Let's see which one it is. Okay, Red Queen. After hearing that Powerless was very similar to Red Queen, I was curious about this book, so I'm looking forward to starting this one. Okay, hopefully this lighting's not too dark. I'm not too far into Red Queen yet. Literally on the first page of this one, Mare, our lead character, was pickpocketing people in her town. And I'm pretty certain Peyton also did that within the first couple pages of the book. There is also somebody that's a whisperer that can read minds but also control the mind. And if I remember correctly, that also happened in Powerless. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that happened. So yeah, I definitely can see the similarities. I don't know how much else will be similar, so we'll see. I'm not far in at all. I'm just on chapter 4. The rest of the evening, I'm gonna make dinner later. I'm gonna just chill here and read, put on the Olympics in the background, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Oh yeah, so another thing that I forgot to mention that was a similarity to Powerless was Mare's sister. She is a seamstress. She does a lot of the outfits for those in the Silver Society, which is like the elite society. So very similar to Peyton's friend. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of parallels. Okay guys, we are here. We did a week of reading. Before I get to the stats on how many pages I read, let's do a little recap. I read some of Zodiac Academy. I don't know if your girl's ever gonna get through book 5. It'll be a miracle. I did finish The Love of My Afterlife, which After thinking about it, I think I'm gonna settle on a 2.5, almost a 3. I talked about how I felt overall. If I hadn't guessed a couple of the plot twists, maybe I would have a different opinion. But yeah, I think even the love story aspect, I wasn't really feeling them as a couple. But to do some pluses, I do think Delphi did change some of her perspective in life. So I gotta give it to her there. But yeah, I think 2.53 is fair. And then I'm about 20% into The Red Queen, and I'm just getting to like the good stuff, so I'm very excited to finish reading this. I really like Mare as a lead character. We get a good amount of her background, her connection with her family. Mare is put in this tough predicament where she didn't know she had powers, and now the king and queen want to use it to their advantage. And I like how the author is putting us in the world and explaining things. Yeah, it's getting pretty good. Okay, so let's talk numbers. Wednesday, between Zodiac Academy and Love of My Afterlife, I read 57 pages. Then Thursday, between Zodiac and Afterlife, I read 65 pages. Friday, just reading Afterlife, 36 pages, not so great. Saturday, just reading Afterlife, 44 pages. Sunday, finishing Afterlife, 179 pages. And then Monday, I dabbled in Red Queen a little bit, only reading 24 pages. Tuesday, I read 49 pages of Red Queen. And today, I've read so far 32 pages of Red Queen. So total, 486 pages. Not too bad. Not great either. I think I've read more in other weeks, but with the Olympics being on and then having a book that I was a little iffy about while I was reading, it all has a hand in how much I read. But I do have a good feeling about finishing Red Queen probably by tomorrow, so we'll see. So that's going to do it for this reading vlog. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.